Today we're going to talk about early signs of dementia. So if you're over 60, or you have a loved one who's over 60, make sure you watch this video because there are 8 warning signs that you need to look out for. So when you hear the word dementia, what comes to mind? Are you thinking of an elderly person who is forgetful and confused all the time? Well, that's actually a common misconception about dementia. The truth is that it can show itself in many different ways and at any age. In fact, you might be surprised to learn that it can even start before you're old enough to qualify for Medicare. It's true. And the scary part is that sometimes the first signs of dementia can be subtle, which makes it easy to ignore them or write them off as just normal aging. But that's where you would be wrong, because catching dementia early is so important. That way you can get treatment and support right away. That's why today we'll discuss 8 warning signs that you should never ignore after 60. By understanding these signs, you can take quick action to get help, whether it's for yourself or a loved one. Keep watching to find out more. 1. Losing track of time or having trouble with time and dates. This is something that we often see in dementia patients. They have trouble remembering the day, the month, the season, or they might even lose track of time while doing an activity. Let's say you're talking to someone, and suddenly they stop responding to your questions. They might be completely lost in thought, or appear confused about where they are or what they're redoing. You may notice that they also have difficulty keeping appointments or remembering if they VA brushed their teeth or taken medication. These are some examples of how losing track of time or having trouble with time and dates could manifest. And these are all concerning signs that you shouldn't dismiss. 2. Difficulty finding the right words. Imagine this. You're having a conversation with someone who suddenly stops in the middle of a sentence, pauses, and then tries again to find the right words to say. It can be frustrating for both the speaker and the listener. But this isn't just a one-off occurrence. It's a sign of something more serious. This inability to communicate effectively is a common symptom of dementia, particularly in the early stages. And the longer this continues, the more likely it is to be a red flag. It's not just about forgetting the right word here and there. It's about struggling to express oneself in a coherent and meaningful way. 3. Not recognizing familiar faces. Picture this. You're at a social gathering with friends and family. Suddenly you notice your mom or dad doesn't seem to recognize your face. At first you think it's just a lapse in memory, but then it happens again and again. It's not that they don't want to remember you, it's that they genuinely can't. This unsettling experience isn't just a quirk of aging, it's a potential indicator of dementia. The inability to recognize familiar faces, whether of loved ones, friends, or acquaintances, is a troubling sign that should never be ignored. 4. Repeating questions. Imagine this. You're sitting down to dinner with your family. Someone asks you a question, and you respond. Moments later, they ask the same question again, seemingly puzzled that you haven't responded. You patiently answer again, only to be asked the same question yet again. This repeated questioning is more than just a minor annoyance. It's a potential sign of dementia, especially if it starts to happen frequently. It indicates a problem with memory and cognition, meaning that the person is unable to retain information or recall previous conversations. 5. Trouble remembering recent events or appointments. So imagine you replanning a family trip and you ask your loved one to pick up some items from the store on the way to the airport. Upon arrival at the destination, you realize that the items are missing. Upon further questioning, you discover that they forgot about the request entirely. This example illustrates trouble remembering recent events or appointments, a common early sign of dementia. People suffering from this issue often have lapses in their memory, forgetting about recent conversations, events, or tasks that were assigned to them. They might also struggle to remember why they're in certain places or how they got there. 6. Misplacing things in unusual places. Have you ever come home and found that your car keys are in the fridge? You might think it's just an absent-minded moment, but when it starts to happen regularly, it's a sign of something more. Misplacing things, especially in unusual places, is a common early sign of dementia. As the condition progresses, people often become increasingly disoriented and may even put important items, like their wallet or phone, in unsafe locations. This behavior isn't just forgetfulness, it's a sign of cognitive decline that shouldn't be ignored. 7. Changes in mood and personality. Imagine your loved one is usually cheerful and easygoing, but lately they've become agitated and withdrawn. This sudden change in mood and personality can be alarming. It's no longer the person you once knew. The changes in mood and personality are a disturbing sign of dementia, especially when they occur suddenly and without any apparent reason. For example, an individual who was once sociable and outgoing might suddenly become withdrawn and isolated. Or someone who was typically calm and easygoing might become irritable and agitated. These changes aren't just part of the normal aging process. They indicate a decline in mental acuity and should be addressed promptly. No. 8. A decline in overall function. Picture this. Your daily activities, such as getting dressed or making a simple meal, are becoming increasingly challenging. You find yourself needing assistance with tasks that you used to do independently. This decline in overall functioning is more than just a natural consequence of aging. It's a potential indication of dementia. As dementia progresses, it affects an individual's ability to perform everyday tasks, leading to a noticeable decline in their functionality. This decline can be gradual or sudden and may affect multiple areas of daily living. If you or a loved one is showing any of these early signs of dementia, it's crucial to seek professional help. Early diagnosis and intervention can significantly improve the quality of life for individuals living with dementia and their families. Remember, these signs are not to be taken lightly, and addressing them promptly can make all the difference. Dementia is a complex and challenging condition that affects millions of people worldwide. However, by staying informed about its early signs and symptoms, you can play a vital role in supporting yourself or your loved ones in seeking timely medical attention and care. Don't hesitate to reach out to healthcare professionals if you notice any warning signs. Together, we can make a difference in the fight against dementia. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and family. If you found value in our content, give us a like. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more informative videos like this. We appreciate your support and thank you for being a part of our community. As always, thanks for watching. Remember to stay healthy, stay informed, and live your best life.